December 18th, 2025. The world has shrunk to the size of a single room, Sarah's room. She's lucid for now, the virus still in its incubation phase. We don't talk about what's coming. We talk about how we met, about Lily's first steps, about the ridiculous floral wallpaper in our first apartment. We are trying to live an entire lifetime in these few stolen days. Each moment of normalcy is a desperate act of defiance. I check her temperature every hour. I watch her. I wait. The scientist is gone, replaced by a husband holding a vigil. My work in the lab feels pointless. My theories are ash. My failed cocktail a monument to my arrogance. The virus is a brick wall, and I have been throwing myself against it until I am broken. Last night, unable to sleep, I returned to the lab not to look through a microscope, but to look for a different kind of answer. If I can't understand what the virus is, maybe I can understand where it came from. The CDC's initial report called it an atypical variant, a freak of nature. But what if it wasn't? I went back to the old town archives I had half-heartedly scanned weeks ago. I wasn't looking for medical data. I was looking for an anomaly, an environmental event, a strange report, anything in Havenport's history that didn't fit. I focused on the old paper mill just north of town, on the banks of the Penobscot. It's been a derelict skeleton for as long as I can remember, a relic of a dead industry. I pulled up the property records, tracing them back, and then I found it. In 1968, a significant parcel of land attached to the mill, including its deep water runoff channels, was transferred to a holding company called Borealis Strategic Assets. A quick search of the name brought up nothing, a shell corporation. But digging deeper into the parent company, I found a web of connections that led back to a single, chilling source: the U.S. Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases, Fort Detrick, the heart of America's Cold War biological weapons program. My own heart started to pound, a slow, heavy drum in the silence of the lab. I kept digging. I found scanned town council minutes from 1971, a heated debate about federal jurisdiction at the mill's Annex B, complaints from the then sheriff about military police denying him access. It was all couched in vague national security language. The final piece of the puzzle came from the personal archives of a former town manager, digitized by the Historical Society years ago. It was a scanned, typewritten letter from 1973, a furious, unsent draft addressed to the governor. In it, he railed against a secret research initiative he called Project Wintermute. He wrote of strange containment protocols, of armed guards, and of a deep, pervasive fear that something dangerous was being studied right on their riverbank. Project Wintermute. The name felt like a key turning in a lock that was 50 years rusted. The pieces slammed together in my mind with the force of a physical blow. The atypical nature of the virus, the strange, almost engineered way it preserves cognitive function while igniting the limbic system, the way it just appeared. This wasn't a natural mutation. It wasn't a bat or a raccoon. It was a weapon. A ghost from the Cold War, buried and forgotten, that has somehow leaked from its tomb and is now flowing in my wife's veins. My grief, which had been a formless, suffocating fog, suddenly has a shape. It has a source. It has a name. And for the first time in weeks, my despair is joined by something new, something hot and sharp and clear: rage.
My analysis of this is ongoing, but your perspective is a huge part of this project. The best way for you to log your reaction is to hit the like button It's a simple, binary piece of data for me, but it's incredibly useful. And I'm genuinely curious about your theories. What did you feel? Please, post your thoughts in the comments. I am processing all of them. If you want to stay on this feed and continue this experiment with me, be sure to subscribe to Static Drip and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what happens next.